Learners in rural areas often find it hard to relate to lessons with practical and visual examples due to a limited exposure to the professional work environment and activities outside their immediate surroundings. It was for this reason that the Office of the Hardap Governor initiated an educational tour for learners of Samuel School and Mukoro Primary School from Chris and Amperboer settlements. The two schools are situated in the Gibeon constituency of Hardap region. Learners embarked on the informative journey to enhance their studies and learn different career opportunities in engineering, marine, and fisheries sector. The tour also encompassed on instilling a culture of learning.
But I'm happy that the teachers and your parents and the director that education has allowed you to undertake this trip. I want you to feel childlike, explore with your eyes, be inquisitive, curious to see things, want to understand things, ask questions. This trip is mixed. It's like we want you to see what is out there, but also do want to understand why is that thing out there and not where we are.
The excursion started at Hardap Regional Council and Karas Regional Council, where the learners got their first-hand information on governance in the two councils' operations. The historical and cultural heritage of the Nama people has its origin from South Africa. However, a more detailed collection of this rich history is presented at the Keetmanshoop Museum, which also displays significant pre-colonial artifacts.
So, namang ayos ang ganyan. Sila ko itong ganyan.
Today get Lucian tasted na today get some feels kone right na Chris ay today get grat si ba. Today ko ni ba tag na ko munke. Namang ayos this one. Ti ko kere come away. Abu guti nas ko ka konje anasara. Ti wala ka ko na. Tapos ni ti ko karama.
Ti onske dia bisa. Ti bani ke sargo. Si today get grat musna. Si ila gitu tin kuri khaci ila gini bako tu na muwa nang akrastina
tin monsia liviam chidi van gya jonara chidege Samuel Fields primary school reton chi khrat nufna chidi da gunu bane cha kaka nge namang asti so koguki kamu abubu.
The group then proceeded to the largest dam in the country, the newly completed Nekotel Dam Project.
So now we are going to give the engineer time to talk to us, to tell us what this is, and everything we need to know about this space and place where we are now. So we must listen very well because this is part of the bigger part of the Nekotel Dam.
Yeah, my name is Nilo Kawari. I'm from the Ministry of Agriculture. As the Honorable Governor said, I'm an engineer. Actual work on site was completed in 2018, and then the contractual work was finished in 2019. So the Nekotel Dam, this is not the main dam. The Nekotel Dam is divided into two sections or areas. The first area is the main dam, which is the very large dam on that side, about 13 kilometers, that is holding a lot of water that came from the rain during the rainy season. So the second part of the project is now this structure that we have here. It's called the abstraction works. This is where we get the water from the river, and then it goes into the pump station, that building there, and then from the pump station it's pumped into a pipeline all the way to those mountains at the top there. At those mountains we have a small dam that is holding the water that is meant for irrigation purposes for crop production. Unfortunately, at the moment, the crop production is not yet in place, but the government is working towards that. So what happens here is that at the small dam that is on top there, when the level of the water goes down, there's those, you see that dish on top of that building.
Yes, sir.
There is one on top there, and then there is one at the mountains there. So those dishes, they are used for communication. So when the water level at the dam that is at the mountains go down, the instruments, they tell this dish to tell this dish, which communicate the pumps to start pumping water to fill up the dam.
Yeah.
And also in here, we also have some instruments, some equipment that are monitoring the level of the water in here. So what happens is, so that is what is being referred to as the volume of the water that we are having in Nekotel. Today, as we are here, the dam is 97% full of water. So it's only 3% lower than it will be full capacity. And that 97% is 33 million cubics of water. That is the amount of water that we have here. With the rivers, and then it comes to the fish river, and then it gets blocked by this big wall that we have here. This is now the wall that I told you that was built since 2013 until 2019. And it was inaugurated by our Vice President, Dr. Nangolo in March last year.
The visit to the Nekotel Dam coincided with the National Heroes Day, which is commemorated annually on the 26th of August. The governor took this opportunity to educate the learners about the significance of this day and why the learners need to celebrate their heroes and heroines.
This is the day where we celebrate people that offers extraordinarily for the best for humanity. Kai ho nani hangara toiba sen koin hanadra kai se tsaba cheski o ne asego ihu haduka ayo ne asego ihu ne TV di tirati di ngako ayo ngakam ngaba ha hero na kai patre ne asego ina ne abisko se da burun omba ngambana ase TV na ko tirati os ngai ogan rup ngako se hama chukuro no ni sarati khauga tanima. Wow, amba ngako sa. Wow, amba ngako ra. Nanke sara ke hero na nisi ama abus khatko ngau ke cherot ma. O ai sa putsta san house si ku ama man awaba. O sina skera hero kai ama manga. So ne swabis ke ngakam kora daga muda gini an wow, ne ko amas ke sira sin na kai sa. Khobe ban amsa. Ogurabo. We are going now to the most ongoing since last year March. Typing on a massive and mask the Tranibaba. Madit on a Hoga. Coronaske. Tira no Madite.
COVID-19.
This is my protocol training in Navazapu. Abnormal. My name is Reinhard Stevens Ox. I am the Chief Executive Officer for the Town Council of Ludritz. And first of all, welcome to Ludritz. It is very unusual for a school group of this nature to come to Ludritz. And this one for us is very much an exceptional, extraordinary visit that we really appreciate. Because it's not every day that you get the opportunity to see certain things that you only hear and that you only read. And now I'm sure for them, I think it's a very eye-opener. And events like this looks very small and it looks very simple, but it means a lot as you grow older, because one day they can look back and tell, well, I was in Ludritz. I mean, I'm part of the history of what Ludritz has become. Eventually, when Ludritz will be put on the map currently right now. So from that perspective, this is on our second harbor in Namibia. Ludritz, besides Walvisbaai. And currently, right now, we are in the process of making Ludritz, putting it on the map as the most important port of entry, especially for the SADC region. Because Walvisbaai, as we know, is the international one, but this one we're trying to make, and we're trying to emphasize that this harbor should mean a lot to the SADC region.
It's beautiful.
It's your first time here?
It's my first time to come here in Ludritz.
Okay. What did you learn?
I learned about sea. Did you see?
Yes, yeah. Sharp.
Kanin nga darake aman. Odage urip amsi alde chauran bubara hostrandi ki darami ba. Tumasa om maba dara hone ba. Edi kaisi marit strand raho. Eh? Ne nero ba. Ini strandi mo. Chaura koban hosti darami. Baba. Ay, que explico que manda. De tami. Audran budanio. Ek matan buru ya tami ngani kaba. O Ludritz ke isa lady ki.
Tipang se katani sentwana ke kira iu swak of internet ta neka ko ba mu fasela mu.
Abi ke koi ai tuma sintwa misteri khalai ya ha se sire isi chana na re tame.
Obviously
charos nahi re. O ha tami ke tirami ke madio ta o ha tirami khe.
Take a video of how the people are going.
A structured induction was arranged at NAMPORT to make sure that the learners understand the different career paths in the fishing industry and how the company conducts its business.
To study being potential pilots or being potential port captains. We only have one port captain in India. Basic markers very much here. Once they go to sea, just like a car, it must go for service, isn't it?
A tour at NAMPORT was harmonized with a visit to various fishing companies to expose learners to the physical work environment where processing and packaging of fish for both export and local consumption takes place.
My name is Jada, my surname is Fieres. I'm from Mokoro Primary School. I'm in grade 7. I learned about Ludritz. Ludritz is from the south of Namibia.
My name is Ina, my surname is Stefanus. Ik is van Amorbom,
van Mongro Primary School. Ik is in graad 7. Ik heb vandaag van hoe om vis te vangen en verschillende types of vis.
Kauna ti kauna kanari ko timadi kaue kausa makwepha. Kato so klabe.
Dit zie ik ook nog.
Discovering how a ship or boat maneuvers the sea proved to be one of the highlights for the learners, as it is their first time to be on a boat cruise while observing seals, birds, and the historically significant Shark Island, where many Namibian people perished during the Herero and Nama genocide.
This one got its name because of the seals. Yeah, Penguin Island, before the people came to live there, there were penguins on it. Now there's no more. Yeah. Halifax was named after a boat, a guano boat. They used to collect guano there. Okay. British mine guano, late 1800s, early 1900s, off all the islands. It was known as white gold. Okay.
Namibia, on this day, the foreign governors or government, as they are called, the imperialists, they did not want, our indigenous leadership did not want to go into whatever agreements and stuff that they wanted to impose on our people, because of the fact that they said no, this is our land, this is what we want. They were colonized, they were oppressed, and some of them, because of resistance, mostly the Oshiherero people and the Nama people, have become breakfast, lunch, and dinner to the sharks that were in that ocean that you see behind you.
Historical landmarks such as the Diaz Point, Coleman's Cove, and historical graves were also visited for learners to get insight of the long road traversed before independence.
Ludritz out of Ludritz in Onsta. Dia sikira kom ipkin ni khariba ni gung asake. Turo kaus khangari tichi neban kwena un khatkasa mong dirami. Okay.
The trip ended with a cultural dance show where the group from Mokoro Primary School was crowned the winners.
Next time, make sure that you get your school's name, and we want to celebrate the talents of Mukoro. Next time, make sure that you have funded club small ones.
So the benefit to our school is that now when the kids go back to school, they will be able to tell others, to motivate others that there is life after the area where they are. Because our kids are now like, they are farm kids, they never knew there are these things, there are other things out there, nice experience out there. So I think it's really beneficial for them that now they can even study hard so that they can do or they can improve their livelihood at home.
I'm praying that they do not stop to invest in learners for the future, because these trips are very much, it's full of learning. As I said, practically they saw the things, and especially in this one, you know, they have been told, they have been teach about which subjects to take when you want to enter a certain category of employment. So they must be now ready and make the right choices at this moment to study in this marine and these things.
The excursion ended on Sunday, 29th August, with a short visit at the Nganikobi's hot springs. The tour was made possible through sponsorship from various businesses from Hardap and Karas region, the Hardap Regional Council's Director of Education, Arts and Culture, as well as the Luderitz Town Council. The governor urged shareholders in education to support the initiative in order to include more schools and ensure that the learners get the much needed exposure to career paths and professional work environment, thereby enhancing their learning outcome.
Namre.